Well, hello again, another video. This is now that I can actually get my Elite working with JMRI upstairs here on the layout. I've actually got it in two parts. This one is the Panel Pro, and downstairs I've got the Dakota Pro where I program my trains. You can do it on this as well. But before I get any further than that, I'll give a shout to my friend Clive. As you know, with my coaches here, I have the little magnet on a stick to turn the coach lights on and turn them off. But he has made me these. He's got made four for me and he's sent them on to me. Thank you very much, Clive. One thing with these little holes, you could hook them onto a little screw somewhere, same as down here. You could actually put them like that, so it's sticking up, so you can actually get it up a bit better. But these are actually brilliant. Thank you very much, Clive, for those. So actually what to do is, look, there, I can put the lights on, like that. All the coach lights are on. So that's all that done bit. Now then, we'll now get on to this JMRI and the Elite. So first of all, when you actually click on it, if I actually go to here, which is Edit for start, go to Preferences, this is what you'll normally get, where it asks you what you're connecting to it. Now, one thing is, I've found out that you can't use the same port like I've got down. This is the port that I use for my railway, which is going through the Elite, but what I have to do is to go to over here to another port to make this separate from my normal Railmaster system. So what you've got is basically you go into here, and what it does is actually you can actually find all different types of controllers. There's a Sprog down there, which is the one I use downstairs. And then once you've got that bit done, it comes up with Elite there. It asks for the serial port, which of course now is 4 for this one. Forget this bit ExpressNet. I wonder what that was, but it's just the way the system is. But you've got to make sure it's 19200 there. Once you've done that, and what you do then is over here you save it, and it'll fire it up again. But of course we're already fired up, so I don't have to bother with this bit. So what we've got now is this. It's exactly the same in Dakota Pro as it is in this, except in the Dakota Pro you've only got the programming track and the edit mode. With this one I've got program on track. Now this thing you have to be wary of. You make sure that you're not setting a train up through that one, because whatever you do with that goes to every train in the system. So if you're adjusting any trains, you've got to make sure you've got it clicked to the program track up there. So these are all the locos. As you see there's a Princess, which I've got done here for you. There's the ID address. There's the pictures. That is the model. Then it comes up with the ID again. It comes up with who the manufacturer is. It also then puts in that bit there, which is what the model is. It then gives my name. At the end here, it actually, if I can actually just shove it out, this will move. Oh, it won't do it. Is if you expand that, it just tells you exactly the date when I modified stuff. And down here is, there you see, it tells you which train you're running on, which is, I've showed you on this in the other last two videos I did on the JMRI. Now one thing is with this particular one is now we've got it running. It works on the other one as well. I've changed it around another one. If I go to the throttle down here, click on that, this is what you get. Now one thing you don't do is click that, because if you click that it turns the whole railway off, and then click it again it puts it all on again. So you never, in this Panel Pro, you do not touch that bit there at all. Now as you see here, you've got forward, reverse, idle and stop. and these are all the functions of the train. Now I found a little trick in this thing. If I just come out of there for a minute, I now go back to edit mode there. I go back to preferences. I now go to throttle there, and you see all these little things with ticks in. You know, I was wondering what they all meant, but there's one down here that says enable button icon when available. If you click that now and save it like that, what happens is now is when you click the throttle like this, you get colours in here. That is for forward, that is for reverse, that is for idle, and that is for stop. And these are all your functions. Now one thing I've actually found with this is when you get onto certain trains is that they are, if I just come out of there for a minute, if I go to this one here, and if I go down to programs down here and go to the function map here, as you'll see that there's only 12 functions. So most of these locos will only do the first 12 functions. After that they do not work, which I found. So I go down my normal list, and what happens is then is halfway down the last bit, like the guards list, something like that, don't work on it, but they all work on Railmaster. So it's no real concern. It's just basically it's just a matter of getting the thing running. So if I go back to my princess again there now, like this, and if I now go, what it does also is when you, of course, when you put the TTS trains in, if you go to here, it gives you all the labels automatically. And all you've got to do then is to, what we call latching, they call it locking, because this is American, remember, you just take the ones you don't want on. So anything you want to keep going, you just click them in and it does it all for you. So that is that bit there. So what you've got now is, if you actually go to the throttle again, right here, if I now go to steam, now this one, of course, I've actually put one of the all-sound speakers in it, which I've shown you in the past. They are basically that size, a bit smaller, and it just sits here, just under the coal. So it gives me the better sound. Now if I actually do now a whistle long, coal shovel, so it's very, very loud off these speakers. Turn it off. So that's what I've got with that. Right, now then, there's two ways you can control this, is with the mouse, by sliding up and down. You can also do it by the wheel on the mouse here, but also you can control it off your keyboard. And what you've got here is plus is increases the speed, minus decreases the speed, the little asterisk there actually puts it on idle, and over here the escape stops the train. So if I just, now I'm going to use this, right? So what I do now is, look, you can see the speed going up there like that, and there's the train going off. I've now put it at 50%. I can now press the minus, make it go down a bit, like this. So here it comes, round here, like this. If I now press the asterisk, which is this one here, there, it's stopped the train. So if I go back up to 50% like this, I now go to here and press escape, it stops the train. So you can control your trains very finely with this. So to say it's got its very good points, because you can actually put in speed curves and stuff like that, which I've actually showed you before. If I just take this one out there, just turn that one off. If I now go to let's go for the Tornado down here. It isn't on the track, so it doesn't make much odds. Go to programming here. This is what you have to fill in, of course. This is the basic one. If I go to basic speed control, which hasn't got it in there. Why? Let's try another one. Rushton. I think a Rushton's got one in. But let's go into here. If I go to basic speed control, which is the normal ones you'll see on 5 and 6. So that is 5, that is 6, where you normally you put the numbers in and use that. And you click that and then just do a little reset on that. But what I've got there is a speed table. And with this one, I can actually, what I do with most of my bigger trains, this one, I'll actually bring that down here like this, like that. So it actually slows up there and goes at a normal space there. But I can do then match ends, which does that. I'd actually then just save it, just come out and save it, and it works perfect. What you do is you do all that, and then you just click on it and it sets them all off. So I could actually just do this and say, no, I don't want to close that because I don't want to alter it. So there's a little train there. Now what I can do with this, like downstairs, I can go to like the Rushton there. Let's go to Royal Army Corps there, Royal Army Corps there, right? I go to the file on there, and here it's got new roster windows or import decoder files, export roster, import roster. So actually, if I've got this is what I've got downstairs, I can actually import all that up here onto the system itself. So I can export a complete roster, export and import and roster entry. So I'm going to export roster entry, right? And it asks me where I'm going to put it, where I want to put it. So I'm going to put it in documents there like that. And then I go to save like that. It's now in that one there. So if I actually just reduce this down now and go on to my files like this and go to my document file, there's the Royal Army Corps one there, sitting there. And all I'll do then is I put that onto a memory stick, bring it upstairs here, plug it in, well, I can plug it in this one here like this, and then come back up, put my Railmaster system back on, which I've got here, which is this one here. I now go then to here, I go then to import the roster entry, and that will put it in. Everything you've done with it, whether it's the speed controls or anything like that, the CVs, anything like that, all that automatically goes into it. It's as quick as that. And as regards the pictures, what you've got with that is if I actually just reduce this down a bit, there's one there, thruster, right? What you do with that is you bring that over here like this, over to this corner here like this, as far as it can get over there. You go back to this bit here. Now the thruster is down there, so there's a thruster there, right there, right? So what you've got there is, if you go to actions at the top there, is that the one? There we are. Oh, you can do it this way around, labels or media, or you can go down here and go for labels and media. You then go to roster media, like that, and all you actually do is get hold of it there, and drag it into there, and drag it into there, save it, and that's it. You got your picture in, like that. As easy as that. So, the system itself is very, very good. So it does have that drawback is on this, you can't get all the sound. Some of them work, some of them don't, but you can't get all the sounds operating off this. So same as my, if I go up here a bit and go to my 47, which is this one here of course. If I now go to the throttle there, if I go to engine start, and that's that one there, you can actually get 2, 3, 4 trains up on the screen if you want to any road. So if I now go to, see it's gone to green, it always goes to the reverse, put it on forward. If I now go by the plus sign and just go up like this, like that, I'll just give it a little bit, that's all. Well, there's the train going past. If I now press the asterisk, it stops the train, like that. I can then go to here and go to horn high low, stop it, and that is as easy as it is. The hardest part was actually getting the Elite to work with this system. I didn't think it actually worked, but what it was is the baud rate, but it's got to be 19200 to make it work, and that is how you actually work the JMRI. Now, with the only thing with this system is that you've got to operate it manually. So as you would like with the Gauge Master Prodigy, you turn the dial, turn it back to control the trains, and you've got to do that with this. But when it comes to if I now just turn this off now, right, and we turn this off now, this is the hard bit sometimes, get it to quit. There, it's quit. Now what I've got to do now is I've got to turn my Elite off, like that. I've got to now unplug it here, bring it round here, and plug it in here. Find the slot, there we are. That's it, it's in now. Now if I now turn my Elite back on again, and if I now click this, hopefully this will fire up. Otherwise, this is where sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. But as I say, I can now run all my locos up here with no problems at all. All I'm waiting for is that green tape come up there at the top. That comes up, there, that's it. So that's it, I'm working again now. I'm back onto my system again now. One gentleman did ask me about this JMRI and Elite and, well, Healing. I've tested it downstairs and I can't get it to work off my E-Link downstairs. So it just seems it only works with the Elite. But to say, the thing is with the JMRI, I can actually bring my program track up here and program my trains up here. But I found out that when you're doing the CVs and stuff, it's very, very slow going through this Elite up here, whereas downstairs it's the way it goes through the CVs like this. That's how quick they're going through the CVs, so it works a lot faster. So it's easier for me to do it that way around, to just change them around that way around. But so I'm saying now I've got this as it is now. One thing is, of course, we've got with the Railmaster is we can control the speed that we set them at. So I don't have to turn dials, nothing like that. I can actually put the Princess on like this, I can just press cruise and it sets it off. Now one thing I can actually do, because I've got the speedometer as well, I can check my speed of my train, so it's going round now. See that speaker is brilliant. I get them from Steve at the Hobby Goblin. I get a lot of my stuff from Steve. I was in there the other day for a couple of hours or so. I love being in there, talking to different people. And it works perfect. Why can't you just put it on shunt now? So I don't have to turn dials or watch anything. So it's a lot easier for me to work my systems. Now, when I was in there the other day, one chap, he was in there, he got a piece of O-gauge stuff, and he got like a program track, and he got these O-gauge locos on there. One thing we were talking about in the chatting was regards cleaning your track. And what he did, he got a piece of cardboard. All it was a piece of hard cardboard, right? And then what he did is he got the cardboard and he rubbed the rails like this with the cardboard, like that. And it polished all the rails up for him. So it's it was just a piece of cardboard. This is a piece of paper, of course, but a piece of cardboard, and you can do your track without any solutions or nothing, and you can polish them all up. So that was another little trick I found while I was in the shop. I'm dealing with a chap which I've told you before with the N-Gauge. He's doing point motors. So in the next few days he's coming to see me. I'm going to show him this JMRI and how it actually operates. So if anybody wants me at any time now, I'm on 01782 302194. My email address is there as well. Please subscribe and I'll see you again soon. Bye.